Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, beautiful ladies, wonderful gentlemen. How you do? Going to kick off this little topic today because it's leading to a series of topics which will go to some events, which leads to some events. Get a little sippy sip. And back. All right, we got some things we're going to talk about because it's a lot we got to talk about. Just that simple. And one of the things we need to talk about is what this topic is no school needed for this right here. No school needed for black women teaching other black women. Okay? There's no school needed for this. There's no school needed for black women to teach other black women how to trust and love black men. They say black me, but it's supposed to be black men. Black me don't matter. You know who to talk to. You talk to black man. Okay. And the reason why I chose to do this topic is like I said, it's all piggybacking off of what it is when I say about tough love and what tough love is. It's all piggybacking all the way up to where we at right now in the state of conversation about voting, the conversation of community, the conversation of economic crisis, pandemic crisis, and in our personal community, manhood and sisterhood. In our community, we have a conversation to talk about reparations. How can we allocate reparations to something that has no structure? And so when we say it has no structure, what you mean we don't have no structure? And we say we have no structure. And so it goes back to the title of no schools needed for black women teaching other black women how to trust and love black men, because that's where the structure starts. It starts with the family. And like I said, I was on a panel a few days ago, and this panel had a few ladies come on, and they showed no compassion to the topic itself, which compelled me to go into a series of conversations of this, a series of conversations of this topic, because it's important for us. If we think that we are going to get any type of reparations, if we don't have any type of love, any type of structure, any type of bondage between man and woman, that reparations just would be destroyed. So before we can talk about economic growth, we must talk about a healing, and the healing must start within, and we must have a conversation, a deep conversation with the mirror. Look out for that, okay? And that's important. I got this one eyelashes keep going in my eyes. I don't know how you ladies can do that shit. Those eyelashes, all them long eyelashes, and this all in your eyes. I don't know how you can do it. Be careful with that stuff all in your eyeballs, because we don't know what chemicals it's made of, what it can do to your eyes, and what long term, illness can cause from these eyelashes and the stuff that you put in your eyes. You know what I'm saying? If you ladies would do it, like I said, there's no school needed for black women to teach other black women, but also for black men to teach women as well. And you got to go and look and see what's with the chemicals that's made in the eye, just everything that you put close to your eyeballs, and then do a survey and see how many women wear glasses to men. And then, like I say, it's a lot of things that we do to ourselves as individuals that causes certain things to us. Why certain people have cancer, why, what I'm saying? When you do the study, you see. And so, ladies, you know what I'm saying? Even like the stuff that you put in your hair, it's like, why men? Although my hair is thinning, why, a lot of women's hair is thinner than men's, around certain ages, and they lose their hair. You know what I'm saying? Why they don't have full hair as long, because it's chemicals that we put in. So Teaching is teaching. And once we can really take heed to the teaching, then we can heal, and then we can really we can receive the economic gains and powers that comes with it. Because with this economic gain comes power. And so if we have a strong movement of women who hate men going out there with no love, and so much benefits go towards them, especially economic benefits, slowly your own women will close the doors on you. So we must handle with love, and learn that, all eyes is really on us right now. All eyes is on us. I'm gonna say all eyes is really on us during this whole election right here. Throughout this election, I believe all eyes is really on us. Throughout this whole little year and a half that's about to come, the world eyes is truly on what we are doing in America, especially as black men and women. And so it's important, it's imperative for you to take heed to that and know that this is definitely a time for us to have a revolution. It's time for us to organize. It's time for us to get structured. And so I'm just going to kick it for a little bit, and then I'm going to let the ladies talk, because there's a few ladies that, there's this one lady I just seen her. She's on this reparations panel, and I'm gonna let her speak. Then there's this other young lady. I've been seeing her little videos pop up on my screen, so I check it out here and there. And she shows a lot of men nothing but black love, and so I want to let her speak a little bit. And then there's this new young lady who I came across. Like I said, these things just been popping up, and I'm gonna let her speak, because it's important for us to be schooled without going to school. We don't need to always have the buildings for us to be able to learn. That's why I had the problem with the church. I'd be like, I told church, bring it outside, man. Bring it outside. Bring this energy outside. Bring everything outside. And so if we can get that in our skulls, then we realize that, we got the victory. So this is definitely open for discussion, because like I say, there's no school needed. It was beautiful, because actually, you know what? I'm going to add a video. I'm going to add a video right now. I'm going to start off with this video, to be honest. I'm going to start off with this video. If I can take a little time out to get this video, because as I pull up this video is what is example of what I'm talking about. What's this young lady name? I was watching somebody's video and they mentioned the young lady, so I went and checked her video out. And I was watching through her camera, and through her camera, she was sitting positioned right where I was, I entered the park. And as I entered the park, I'm looking through a camera because she's talking, and I say, wait, I wonder if she's going to catch me. And then boom, here I come. I'm like, wow. It starts off, and 5 minutes in, boom, here I am. And so it's like she had the camera on me quite some time, and then at the end, she ended up, coming over, and we had a conversation. So I'm gonna start off with the conversation me and this young lady had at reparations. But first, I'm gonna let her give, her take on the reparations. And, I want to just conversate throughout it, because it's very important for us to hear our ladies, but it's also important for us, our ladies, to hear our men when it's time to really, really get in all positions. Because that's what's going to be the victory. The real bam, 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 bam. Oh, let's see. Hopefully, I can find the video. And it was so funny because I remember my customers. And I definitely remember her. 1000%. Please find the video. I should have lined this video up before I even started. I apologize. Let me go back to the top. Then let me go boom. Okay, There we go.
More so Kyrie. Minister Louis Farrakhan, he released a 53-minute video speech defending Kyrie.
I didn't even do that. Looking for the video. What video did she have? She was at the reparations. She's one of these political talkers and stuff like that. But let me find that video real quick. I must find that video. What video was that? Okay, there we go. Where was it? It was this one. Okay, she first. Wait a second. Oh, there we go. Okay, let me go right here.
Okay, so tell me your name.
Here. Sorry, folks, but it's all good. Okay. Okay. We're going to set that up right there. Boom. Okay, let's get back to the last stream. Apologies. Okay, so we got this video. And so when I say there's no school needed for black women to teach other black women how to trust and love black men. I ain't mean saying me, but it says me. My bad. It's supposed to say men. So it's important for us to show love in all forms and fashion. You know what I'm saying? We must trust and show love. And this video right here, I'm just going to kick it off. I will start a little bit from the beginning, but I just want to I could start from the beginning. Yeah, I think I'm going to start from the beginning. But like I said, we're going to let this lady talk a little bit. And even though this is about reparations, but it's just the woman she's talking, and I'm just so happy to be in the video. So I'm going to use this video for a little bit of footage before I go into other speakers. Because the other guest speakers that's going to be speaking about the importance of teaching other black women how to trust and love black men is very important. And so I'm gonna let this young lady talk. She was at the reparations rally. I was at the reparations rally. You had a lot of content creators at this reparation rally. You know, you had a lot of people who would be in the clouds and people who would be in the chat. And it was just a good vibe, good feeling. Nobody had no issues. Everything was smooth as it could be. And let her speak. I'm gonna let her speak right now. So I'm gonna add her to the screen. And shout out to Moore's World TV. Tahaka. Excuse me, folks. I don't swallow that shit. What's the name? I'm gonna get it right. I ain't gonna say Mr. T. I'm gonna call him Mr. T. When I get a chance to view his name and get it right, I'm gonna get it right. My bad. But shout out to him for, you know, shouting this young lady out for the footage that he was using. And then when I was watching the footage, like I say, I was like, wait, she's at the same position where I was at. So let me look through her camera lens. And so as I looked through the camera lens, I was watching me like I was watching me on a video surveillance camera. Okay. And it was good because I was just listening to everything she was saying. I was hearing with her position. And, you know, it was funny because as she was just watching everything that's going on, she was saying a lot of things I was saying as well. But then at the same time, I know she was watching me because, like I say, I'm going to become the center of attention. I'm Icy Don. Okay, folks? Not Dusty Don. I'm Icy Don. And this is what black love is. This is what trust is. And this is what, you know, our black women must be like when it comes to economic growth, economic wealth, and being able to pass down our wealth to generations. You know what I'm saying? For us to be able to connect the generational wealth gap, we must have a certain type of love. And it's a love that allows us to go into our pockets and give the next person who looks just like you your money to support them so they can keep doing what they do. And hopefully regenerate the money back into the community. So that's important. That's what trust and love for black men really consists of. It's also about economics. It's also trust in black men's choices, you know what I'm saying, of in his decisions and trying to make things happen. Support, because if we're going to be trying to do things ourselves, if you don't believe that we can get reparations, if you don't believe we're supposed to get that check, and then it's important for us to do things ourselves. That means support. And once we understand what support is, let me Google it real quick. Once we understand what support is, okay, let me Google it real quick for you folks. What is support? What is support?
Here's the definition of support. Bear all or part of the weight of, hold up.
Bear all or part of the weight of. That's what support is. Support is to bear all or part of the weight. To hold up. To hold this up, to hold us up, you have to bear it all or hold up part of the weight. And so if you don't want to bear it all, my black sisters and my black mothers and my black queens, and also the black ratchet ones as well, if you don't want to bear it all, then bear some. But no matter what, give that support, because if you don't give that support, it's going to fall. Okay, so we will fall if we don't understand it. So without further ado, let me share this real quick, because this young lady, I'm going to give her shout out. She got about 50-some thousand viewers. Like I say, she be talking political stuff, and she's from, well, it don't matter what party. It's all about, is this it? Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. So I think this is when she about to pull up. She was in the back. She was behind me. And she was sitting there for some time, and she did about like 30-some minutes of that segment. I'm going to go back to the beginning of that. No, she's 18 minutes in. 18 minutes into her thing, she's already at my car, okay? 18 minutes in.
Lemon, mango, cherry.
Ask for man for
Lemon, mango, cherry. Lemon, mango, cherry. Lemon, mango, cherry.
I wish they had a better speaking system, because I'm not that far, but I can't.
Now I'm saying I wish I had a bigger, better speaker system.
Ask to point your own money.
My camera's laying down looking at me. That's her with her camera.
I'm gonna film in a minute. I need to get an icy, and like when you get closer up there, it's more.
I can't wait to make this one.
I'm about to get me my icy.
Got it. Got it.
Shout out to the real Danny.
I wish I could.
Like I take this sweatshirt off, then I start getting chilly. That's why I put it back on. And I take it off.
It was one of those beautiful days, you
And
know.
you got enough time to move to the front stage. I'll probably move up later. I don't know.
Folks, it's number love out here, folks. Number love. I need them to put the camera on.
Now I'm looking at her, and I'm trying to figure out if she's here on the good.
This on me.
Hold on, let me pause this for a second. This is deep right here. Okay, this is very deep. Okay, I want you to understand the deepness of this. Right here. Okay. Now I know I'm Icy Don. I know that I'm small fry in this whole internet world, but yet and still, I know that I've told people I was going out there, saying whether people heard it or not, saying. I just know that I'm looking at like all these people out here is all part of this internet. The majority of the people, I'll give it like 85 to 90% of the people is from the internet. And there's no telling who's who. So I'm on my P's and Q's. And so when I see this young lady come over with her camera and everything, I'm like, okay, who is she? Who is she? Oh boy. Okay, hopefully she's okay, let's just see. But I'm just there serving up customers at the same time. And like I said, once I got there and I pulled up, I didn't get a chance to set up. I had shirts out there. I had a whole bunch of stuff that's all around me. My little beat up cart. So I was like, who's this person? And so I'm not understanding, like I say, and so she's filming at the same time, and now I'm getting a chance to hear what she was saying because, like I said, I'm listening to everybody else. I'm seeing her in the background, and I'm just hoping that she's friend, not foe. Okay, so if you when I show the rest of the video, you'll see that all this time she was always supporting me with her camera. Her surveillance camera on her video was just awesome footage for me. You're just watching me at this rally. I had my own camera on me, but now to watch her video, watch me, it was really awesome because, like I said, I'm pretty sure she don't even know who I am. And so this is what, like I say, what Black love really is. Okay, folks?
Are you from Cleveland? That's where I'm about to drive to.
This on me. The camera's on me. Number love. I mean, let me put the camera on.
I'm gonna go back.
You got enough time to move to the front stage. I'll probably move up later. I don't know.
Folks, it's number love out here, folks.
You hear me say it's number love because at this point I'm looking at her talking. I thought, okay, what she's about.
Oh, sorry, miss.
So I said, let me just get my camera.
This on me. The camera's on me.
Let her know.
You
I said, let me just rock out.
You came out here by yourself.
Are you from Cleveland? That's where I'm about to drive to.
Shout out to that lady. She drove out from
My
Cleveland by
father's in
herself.
Cleveland Heights.
Your dad's here. I'm technically from Sugar Heights, but most people don't
Oh,
know.
okay, yeah. Yeah, you have to say Cleveland.
I got mango, pineapple, lemon, black sweet. See you again. Hey, Mom, take a spoon. Okay, copy. I have mango, strawberry lemonade, cherry, lemon, and pineapple.
I'm about to get that pineapple and mango and cherry.
You know what I'm saying? So she's
We can't, yes, honey, you can't hear the speakers because I walked back. I gotta get an icy. It's hot, and I'm about to take this sweatshirt off.
There was only 2 speakers out there, and at the beginning, she was, a little bit further behind me. She was behind me, and she was talking about it. So, like I said, I was right
Okay,
behind
so you
the crowd.
really can't hear the Hebrew Israelites when you get closer up to the stage.
Okay. So I'm in the middle, so I couldn't really hear. I was able to hear both, but I couldn't hear it. It was nothing.
You have a coconut or no? What's that white one?
Lemon.
Oh, that's lemon. Okay. How much are the ice cream?
3, 4, 5.
Oh, okay. Menopause is a hell of a nigga. It's hot. Shit. Everybody got menopause today. If you got a sweatshirt on.
Yeah, that girl was just awesome.
Strawberry lemonade, mango, pineapple, cherry.
That's your dog.
Pineapple, strawberry lemonade.
That's your dog.
Yes, ma'am.
No cherry.
Is he friendly? That's a pit bull. She. What's her
My
name?
dog sitting right next to me.
Bluebell.
All this time I had a pit bull that just came and sat right next to me.
Bluebell.
I had no idea, and I was just serving the chefing. So I'm glad that
Hi,
she was
baby.
able to catch that because my camera didn't catch it. Like that. So all that time, the dog was sitting next to me.
I just say got that.
Let me pause
Hey.
that.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Let me pause that
I
real
got
quick.
PTSD.
Dog behind us. Okay, let me pause that real quick. The dog was sitting behind me all that time. Let me go back to the dog real quick. Bluebell. We forgot about Bluebell. Okay, Bluebell was sitting there next to me all the time. Okay, let's go back. Hopefully this is it.
Cherry.
The other dog was watching all the time. Looking at the dog. They looking at each other.
That's your dog.
Pineapple, strawberry lemonade.
That's your dog.
Yes, ma'am.
No cherry.
Is he friendly? That's a pit bull. She.
Do you see this dog? This dog came up to me, sniffed me out, came next to me, and it never moved. It's not even next to the owner. It's really at my foot. This pit bull that I never ever met in my life is at my foot, chilling next to me as I'm working all these customers. And so the sense of animals to be able to trust a strange human, a strange black man, and to show this type of love is the same energy that we must get from our female. Sorry, this was an accident. I'm going over the video with you, but this analogy is the same. This is what I can give, the best I can give. But This is the same energy we must be able to receive from our ladies. I don't know this dog from a hole in the wall, but this dog have enough trust and love to be able to sit right next to the foot of the heel of my foot as I'm serving up all these customers. And this guy who's been standing there all the time is eating his ice. Before this young lady came, he's been there for all this time, and this dog has not moved from me, a strange black man. So if a dog can give trust and love for a black man, our ladies can do the same. And so this is where we at right now. And so I don't know this young lady right here who's the customer, and I don't know that she was a streamer, a podcaster. And so, like I said, let's just go back into see what she has in store for you folks.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's her name?
yeah. Bluebell.
Bluebell.
Focusing on what?
Bluebell.
See, that dog moved now. Once that dog moved, it jumped up like some protection. That dog sit back down.
She friendly. She my service dog. I just ain't got that thing.
Service dog.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I got PTSD from the military.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whichever.
Yeah.
She said, "What's wrong with you?"
So why you need the dog for PTSD?
Because I don't have no kids. I don't have no wife. And
Oh, so it's like a friend. Yeah. You can get a dog for that, a service dog for that.
yeah.
Really? Now, if somebody got PTSD, can you get like a disability check and a service dog?
Yeah, I get a check every month from the military.
But yes, military.
To watch the dog?
Where?
No, I mean,
I train
Once
mine.
again, the dog is right back at me.
Oh, what, the Moors?
You see it?
Oh, who is this? Oh, he's a slave?
That gentleman was on the stage as
I just
well.
don't put all the thing on there because people be asking, "What's wrong with you? You look all right."
What size? No, look the size. Okay, don't keep on top because it's soft.
I want the large one.
There's a large amount of men out there.
What war were you in?
And because we ready to demand, we ready to stand,
I
we
was
ready to fight.
right
for this.
before, right after the Gulf War, right before 9/11.
You hear him? He's in the Gulf War. These are soldiers. There's soldiers out there. There's many men out there that's ready to, get what's owed to us. Those let me pause this for a second. Because
I'm still waiting for eyes to pull up. I don't know what happened to her.
Yeah, I don't know how you ate that thing.
the mountain men that was out there, the mountain soldiers that was out there really outnumbered the women. And it was because, like I said, we are already in the mindset of knowing that it's no different than like we on the block and you owe for a pack and you get shot for the pack. You know what I'm saying? The type of violence that we have on the streets amongst ourselves for this economic stepping up on each other, type of shit that we be doing is no different than what we supposed to have in the energy and anger we supposed to have towards the system when it comes to reparation. Whether we could do it ourselves or not, it don't matter. It's like I say, like Umar Johnson owes me my money, I have to go to court. But I'm going to court, I gotta fight for it. And so if the system owes you what they owe you, and they owe you reparations, it's important for you to be out there standing up and to demand it. So yeah, do it ourselves. Yeah, we've been trying to do that. I ain't gonna lie, since I've been hearing the reparations and since I was like early 20s, 19, 20, 18, 19, 20, you know what I'm saying? And they were so about reparations. And I was like, yo, we need to do it ourselves. That's what made me join this organization, African Stock Exchange Association Develop Corporation. And that's what made, me become who I am and just be moving the way I move. But yet still, I had to really sit back and say to myself, damn, I wish we was pushing harder in the 90s. Damn, I wish we was pushing real hard in the early 2000s. We would have been got the reparations. With all the billionaires right now, we'd be really on top. Not even on top, but we'd just be really comfortable in society where society has a certain type of love and true appreciation for the success that we bring into the world. The success that we bring into the world. Yeah, we bring in greatness to the world, but I'm talking about the success that we can bring to the world now that we got ours. So to not get that is like, no. That's like saying you not accepting the will. That's like saying that half the population of black people on the planet say, "No, I'm not going to accept my will." When knowing that 90% of the population on the planet of black people don't even have wills. So it's like, because we don't even know what wills it feels like to be passed down, and we don't know what ancestral wealth is to be passed down, we don't really understand what it is to receive. And that's why do you have those individuals out there talk about, no, we don't need reparations. It's because we haven't received from things being passed down. A lot of our parents don't pass down jewelry, don't pass down their clothing, don't pass down their cars, don't pass down a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes to the system. And so we can't allow everything to go to the system. Just had to tap in. How you see doing?
Because he ate the way the same way he sound.
This shit right here. I ate it too fast, man. I ended up getting brain freeze. There you go.
What's that?
I enjoyed myself in that spot.
Just a little zap of that.
When I pulled up, I said, I'm going to own this spot.
No.
Soldiers around me, I have a dog protect me.
I'm listening to you. Too large.
I'm from New Jersey.
New Jersey. I'm from New York. I'm out in Philly now. What flavor you want, homie? I got some lemon. I got some strawberry lemonade. I got some cherry, mango, and pineapple.
See, I acknowledge
How much is that?
That's fine. Can I get one cherry, mango?
that customer multitasking. The dog is still right there with me.
Strawberry lemonade, cherry, mango, and pineapple.
New Jersey. Yeah.
Strawberry
You got change for 100? Sorry.
Yeah, I think so. You said strawberry? I think you do. Strawberry lemonade, mango. Can I get strawberry, mango, or pineapple? Strawberry, mango, cherry, strawberry. Strawberry, mango, pineapple. Yeah, hold your hand up. No, you gotta take it.
Still multitasking, folks.
Take it.
Oh.
She didn't even know what's going on. I'm multitasking so fast.
It's the same.
I had to go in my pocket for this man, so go hit her up. Take care of him. He's a line up.
It's still beautiful, lady.
All right, that's it. No, that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Have a question. What's on your belly?
Now, I just want to show for that right there. I did all of that just to show you the love. Like I said, in my mind, and this is the pain. This is what hurts me so bad. In my mind, when I seen her come with her camera, I was like, "Who is she?" Okay, that was the first instinct I had against my black sister. Who is she? Because of the negative energy that we put out there. And it really is a bad thing that we do. If we all was out there with a certain type of vibe of like, yo, where's such and such? Yo, where's such and such? Yo, you seen such and such? If we had such a different type of energy out there of sisterhood and brotherhood and manhood out there, we would have been on our toes to really elevate with that crowd that was there. I'm gonna use the word small crowd because when we look at, like marches that we have in Washington, we know what a big crowd and a small crowd is. So that was a small crowd. That wasn't a medium crowd. That was a small crowd. Okay. So with the small crowd, but there's no disrespect to the small crowd because the small crowd had good numbers. Okay, but it was a small crowd, and with the small crowd that we had, the impact that we could have made if we was all out there in the message of love. If we was all out there not as trolls. If we was all out there with love one another, yo, it would have been way different. And I say that because I was there all that time. Let me move this from screen. Once again, shout out to the real Dana. That was the real Dana. She reason why I stopped right there because let me just rewind again because after I did all the scooping, she got the big cup, which was $5. I broke the $100 bill, and she stopped me at $80. At $80, she stopped me and said, she was like, "I'm good." So she was giving me a $15 tip. But it was a $15 tip or a $10 tip. It didn't matter. And it just caught me off guard because, like I said, in my mind, I was like, "Oh God, who's this at my cart with this camera? I hope this ain't somebody who heard me on my live or somebody live or something like this." And say, "Oh, they look icy done." And so I was just so happy that when I spoke to her, that I felt no negative energy, and then when everything was just going, and when that happened, it really made me look and say, oh man, that's what's up, and I felt really good. And I ain't gonna lie, after her, I received at least like 40 some dollars in tips out there. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I received a lot of tip money out there. And so shout out to the real Dana. She's a political analyst on the YouTube streets, and she be, analyzing a lot of other little things. And she has her standpoint on a viewpoint on the whole reparations movement that's being led by Tariq. And so, it's sad that, I don't get nobody to come and put any type of words in my chat. Then I only get retards to come and do that. That's so sad. But anyway, at least the retards are getting some of this food of thought. Like I say, she showed black love with one individual, and with the other individual that, a lot of people having certain questions about because they put themselves in the forefront. That's why I like to play the back. But, sometimes you have to come and lead once you see that, you're being chopped down. So she was out there and she was critiquing the whole situation, and her critiques was not bad because she was saying the same thing I was saying. I was a critic out there as well for the known fact of, like, what are we here for? What are we doing this for? What are we really here for? Because if we're here for reparations, the FBA would have had. Let me clear the screen real quick. The FBA would have had flyers. Okay, this was a flyer I received. Reparations for the LBGT genocide against black children and culture. This is what I received. Okay, even if I didn't receive it, and this is headed by unityandstraightblackpride.com. Okay, also is from okay. I didn't see no FBA flyers. So when you are raising funds online, you raising money for this and you raising money for that, and then when you come out there and I leave with nothing, I can come and say, yo, look, folks, this was. If you didn't make it out there to the reparations rally, and this wasn't about the reparations rally. It was just that we was at the reparations rally and the young lady Dana was there, and I'm just talking about it. I didn't receive no flyers from the FBA. So what are we really there at this rally doing? And so that's my little right now. What are we really doing when we do these things? Because I don't have nothing to show you folks. Once again, the DMV. I'll keep on showing you that again. Shout out to these people right here. Okay. DC, Maryland, and Virginia Alliance. Okay, DC, Maryland, Virginia Alliance. Okay, these are men. These are lying. Okay, organization of men. That's what's going on. I mean, I just that's the only leaflets I have. I can't really go into it, but I'm just gonna go back a little bit to the beginning of her live, and then I'm gonna cut over to another person's live at another reparation rally. Another sister, she's speaking on the panel. She's live from the National Reparation Rally that took place in October. So there was a reparation rally that took place in October, and it was definitely a smaller crowd than this crowd. You can definitely tell. And you had a couple ladies that stood on the panel and they spoke. When I was at the sorry, like I say, I'm all over the place, but this is still about no school needed for black women to teach other black women how to trust and love black men. I was showing Dana how she, was able to trust me and show me love, and also tip me at the same time, and show love. Just get me on her live stream, because that's me. I see Don, folks. So for everybody who on her lives watching, that right there, that was me. But the whole thing is still to give a tough love in general. And when it comes to that rally, I was a little disappointed with something I was hearing on stage. And Nasheed was on the panel critiquing something, and I didn't know what he was talking about at all. Because he was talking, and he's kind of saying, it's about the class that you give to the people, and he was so focused on talking booze votes. That's what I started gathering. I was in the middle, I couldn't really hear him, but now I started hearing. I said, wait, is that Tariq speaking? So I started listening, and I was like, why are he saying shit like that? Because he started talking about, look at our stage, and saying the stage is classy and professional, and and this and that, not some old rinky dink something. So I was like, is he? And I was like, well, Umar's stage was pretty good when he did his thing. I was like, who is he talking about? So when I went back to when I just so happened to look and catch something else, I see this live from the national. I'm gonna replay it, and then I looked at the stage. I said, oh man, you really talking about them? And who was them that he was speaking of? He was speaking of this organization right here, folks, because they're the ones who held it in DC in October. The DMV, okay, sponsored by the brothers of DMV, okay, and I was disappointed with that because I don't know what type of beefs everybody's having online, but me as that real dude, I'm saying, yo, look, when we really come to the table, because I'm gonna be at the table. When we really come to the podium, I'm gonna be at the podium. When we come on to the front line, I'm gonna be at the front line. Ain't gonna be none of this goofy, dumb, gay shit. Yeah, these happy-go-lucky want to be in front of a microphone talking. Yo, hold on. I can't believe this. When I come on the front line, order in the court. That FBA, the ADOA, and the DMV with whatever type of beef, the pan, the more, the this. That's why it's taking me so long to get there, because the demon knows that when Icy Don gets there, it's order in the hood court. I love y'all. Relax. We're going this way. Because all that right there was nothing but confusion, chaos that detoured the masses to go away from the lane. We try and get this lane in order. And so when we be critiquing and we be shouting, it's not about hating. It's about real love that we give them, because it's a bigger picture than an individual. And so it's not for us to be on stage glorifying oneself, glorifying our organization, saying number one, saying the best, saying the number one scout. None of that really matters at this point right now. Michael Jordan, best greatest basketball player. Oh, LeBron James, the best greatest basketball player. Do we have our own stadiums? Do we have our own leagues? Order in the court. That conversation of best, that got to come to an end. That's distractions. That's why the real people are not at the front line right now, because if they were, it wouldn't be this chaotic. It wouldn't be all this chaos. It would be order. That's how you know who's real and who's not. So it's important for you now to really recognize the real. And the real is saying that if, in order for us to really have anything going in the right direction, it's going to start within. We have to have love for ourselves, and we're going to have to have the counterpart love. And that's the important part. And we have to have the trust. And so as I'm speaking, it might sound like I'm being like a hypocrite or contradictory, but I'm just saying that when people is saying things on you or about you and they know it and it's real facts, it's like, yo, this, don't go to the goofy shit. Stay focused. Stop with the attacking of things. The brothers, they was out there, they did a rally, and I'm watching it. We're going to watch the video. If they decide it's time to move on it, if they organize and they organizing, there's no reason for us to critique and battle them. We talk about trillions of dollars. If we don't think that's enough for everybody, then listen, go shoot yourself in the face right now. Do it a lot in live stream. Because you are bad for us. You bad for the lane. We talk about trillions of dollars. Even if we talk about billions of dollars, we talk about trillions of dollars of organizing. If we cannot, and I ain't gonna lie, folks, I have a package. I have just a small package. It don't matter how big. I have a package. I ain't just saying, well, I ain't complaining of what we need. I ain't complaining. I ain't gonna complain that we the ones that need. I ain't complaining that you don't need. I'm not complaining saying we don't need. I'm saying that, yo, I have a package that we gonna eat from. Simple. Everything else do not matter. If this man can open up 10 schools and we can make it happen, we can make it happen. This person going to open up 10 hospitals, we can make it happen, make it happen. This person can open up 10 banks, we can, because we have structure, we have plan. We're not worrying about so much distraction. Is distractional, if that's a word, but distractional works. You know what I'm saying? So many people doing so much work all over the place. But when we come to these panels, no one's coming with a blueprint. Yo, shut the beep, 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 beep. But I don't mean to be mean. Sorry, it's not about me. Sorry, edit that. But if you are coming just with long lines of policy talk, and at the very end, we all tapping. So what's the plan? What's the plan? And no one on the panel is coming with blueprints, receipts, blueprints. I don't care. Like rappers, rappers write notes. You know, some blueprints and plans. You know, if they ain't come with that, then we ain't coming with nothing. We just come with. And so, the black love that has to come from our women to our women is very important. Because, like I said, when it comes down to this talk at the table, see, like I'm saying, I'm bringing it home. The black conversation that must be done with our women to women is so important. Because when this money comes on that table, this black conversation that our ladies must have so that they can have a different type of love and a different type of trust for us black men is so important before this money comes to the table. Because when you're not in your right mind, this will become issues. See, if we would have handled this situation 20 years ago, and we'd have built institutions 20 years ago, this wouldn't have been a crisis in our community because of the forcing of this genocide. Because we still stayed so integrated, because we played the game trying to do it ourselves and not knowing that we're not even living amongst ourselves properly. How are we going? This what makes me sick. And like I say, I was part of the organization, so I was a different breed saying we could do it ourselves, because I was part of an organization who had the charter, who had the authority to give licenses for driving, who had the license, who had the ability to give Social Security cards for his members, who had the ability to do all the federal government can do. So I was able to say we could do for ourselves because I knew umbrella I was underneath. But just being outside, just some old Raggedy Ann and Andy talk about, yo, we're gonna do this ourselves, and we don't even have the love. We only have the love, the family structure love. We can't do nothing ourselves. Once again, without that family structural love, nothing can be really done. We only gonna get 40% of it because there's no real support. So the beam is gonna fall. You dig? Going back to I looked up support at the beginning. support. Without the right support, it's going to fall. Now, I can try and keep it balanced. I'm man. I can do anything. But with the wrong support, it will fall. All right, folks? And I want you to understand, we must keep it balanced. I'm an alpha man. That's why I was able to balance with no problem. I let it fall the first time. All rehearsed, not rehearsing it. It's real. We need real men on the front line. Even if you think those are real men recognize real. And I'm telling you that in order for the black love and trust to come, you women have to really allow your illusional eyes to be open so that your spiritual eyes can see real men. Shout out to Dana. Thank you for your support. I want to go back to the beginning of this video. Like I said, let me go back. It's not even this video. Fuck it. Nah, fuck it. I want to do it because it was the second video. So I'm going to close this video out. Let me close this one out. I'm gonna go to the next one. I got a couple presentations. What time is it? Let me see what time it is. Okay, I got some time. I'm gonna go to this next video. Let me exit this one off. Remove. Oops. Present. Stop screen. Okay, let me present the next one. Now this is from the rally that took place in October. The first person going, I know this is for women. The person that's speaking, I just want him to speak real quick because I don't know, he has some good words to say. Just that simple. Okay, this is the live from the National Reparation March, okay, in Washington.
People, I'm down there with them, elevating them. So if you're talking about reparations, it got to be a street movement. It ain't a social media movement. It ain't a spend all day in a goddamn Twitter chat movement. No, nigga, go get you some groceries, get you some information, print it out, get on the corner, and teach your people. And you'll be surprised when you out there teaching them, they're going to come to you with their problems. You are smart and educated. You know how to solve those problems. Help them. Organize them. Stop playing around. So I tell you what, they just killed a freedman. His name is Jaheim McMillan. They shot that little brother in the head, a 15-year-old baby, in Gulfport, Mississippi. So November 15th, we taking about 500 guns and we going to march on that precinct. And the call going to be justice operations. The question going to be, is you going to be sitting back chilling on the front line, ready for whatever the fuck happens. Put our lives on this. Put my life on this. And I'm out after this. We get investigated. We get followed. Yeah, that's cool. But how many of us had the sitting president point at them and say, you're guilty of treason, sedition, and insurrection? We did. We did. We did. They was coming for us to put us in Guantanamo Bay. Why, though? Why? Because we said if we don't get what we want, we will burn this country down. And said it on a cracker-ass news network and said it with a straight face and a strong chest. The time for games is over. The time for games is over.
Now, Okay, I'm gonna be 100% real with you folks. When I was playing that, I had went to the bathroom. I was in the process of cutting my hair. I was doing some few little things and was playing. I'm getting myself together. And so like they were speaking, so like I didn't hear his speech 100%. That's why I said I want to go back to his speech because I know he was saying something. I didn't hear a lot. I didn't hear 90% of the speech. And there's a couple other people that were speaking as well. I even was trying to watch this when I was sleeping. I woke up and I tried to continue when I was getting myself together. Because I came across this like early in the morning when I woke up. Because I went to sleep, like early in the night. Then I woke up, early in the morning. Late at night, early in the morning. And I was up, just surfing through the thing. That this popped up. So I was like, okay, let me check this out. So as I checked it out, I'm just trying, it's what, 3 hours and 26 minutes. So I'm watching it and it put me, I fell asleep and woke back up, it was like 3, 4 in the morning. So it's all good. But now I'm hearing what they're saying. I'm like, yo, see, there's a difference between what I was saying. You see the brother right here, as he's standing on the stage, he has a hoodie on. That's the look of reparations. He's talking the talk of reparations. It's not a party. It's not an after party. It's not Showtime. It's not Eddie Murphy and Robert De Niro. This is real world. This ain't internet fucking pimping, politicking. This is the real world. You have real soldiers. Like I said, how did I end up in Philadelphia? I ended up in Philadelphia because I was heading to Kentucky from New York. My car broke down. A state trooper, picked me up the road, helped me out, blessed me with some money, sent me the Greyhound, and let me go about my merry way, knowing I didn't have no shit. Told me if I want to get my car, I'd be right here. Just call this number. You dig? This is what revolution and reparations look like. Because there are people out there that will help you out in this underground railroad, especially if you've chosen. So I get down to Kentucky. I meet a person. He just so happened to have a truck. I need a truck. He helped me out. He helped me back. He went to live in Philly. I live in New York. He took my stuff to New York. And he brought me back to Philly. I ended up staying with him. Moved out, hotel, back where I'm at right now. So my story is deep. We in the trenches. The soldiers in the trenches. When I did my footage in Kentucky, they had guns, big guns. Young kids with guns, like big guns. Like, how old are you? 16? What the fuck you doing holding that shit like this? Everybody holding guns in the street. Like, whoa. The man said the boy got killed in Mississippi. Whoa. They bringing guns down there because you can have guns. So, yo, folks, reparation looks like this. Reparations is not Showtime. And try and make it some type of big festival event at a big old stadium. You have a bunch of, that's components. Don't get nothing twisted. Because in my strategy, that's components. But that's components because we are building up the momentum. Showtime ain't putting down other people. Like I said, I believe this man was talking about this rally right here. In their stage. See the stage? You got their stage, you know what I'm saying? You got their two speakers. Their speakers probably just as loud as the speakers that FBA had. They had their signs at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? They had their DJ in the back. They worked with their budget. They work with their budget. Because they really in the trenches. The people in the trenches really need the budget. Because we're going to do the hard work. We need the hard work done. Shout out to the DMV. Like I said, I don't know nothing of them. I don't know no beef. I just know that this brother was serious. What is it, bro?
I know I said that was my last point. I got one more. See that reparations, no vote thing? I mean that shit. No reparations, I ain't voting. No reparations, yeah, I'll hold it up. You see that? I'll hold it up. Rip it.
Explain it.
Yeah. Reparations, no vote. Right?
I ain't hear this part.
That's what we talking about. 6 years ago, we said, you know what? If the Democrats don't meet our wishes, we'll give the country to Donald Trump. And you know what? A lot of people hated Donald Trump, but I loved him for the headaches he gave white liberals. White liberals who really don't care about us. I can't stand the Republicans, but I'd rather an enemy that I know they're my enemy than an enemy that pretends to be my friends and give me nothing in return. So when I say no reparations, no vote, it's not ignorant. I am college and law school educated. I have 15 years political consulting experience. Fuck them. We carry them. Our vote is our currency, and you're giving them your currency for nothing. For nothing. You run and vote, and you shuck and you job. Oh, I'm a revolutionary. I ain't shucking and jiving. If you voted for Joe Biden with no good reason on that day in November, you was a shucking and jiving ass nigga. And that's on everything holy. So yeah, we have something. We have our own caucus. We ran candidates.
I don't really think y'all caught my man. My man said what he said, but he went to the lady, even if that was his wife, his girlfriend, his friend, that's a person on the panel that's part of his team, and she went there and still voted, and she know what the movement they part of, but she still went there because she's still defending, but yet and still she don't know what the real movement that she's part of. He went and spoke to her in her ear, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, ladies. We need our ladies to be in each other's ear before we get in your ear, because when we get in your ear, it's going to sound like that. And it don't mean, just because it sound like that, don't mean that the meaning in the message it's coming like that. It's just that we wanted to get it in. Order in the court. 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 It's like, get it. If you want justice, this is what justice look like. If you want freedom, this is what freedom look like. If you want reparations, this is what reparations look like. It all look like the same. It's revolution. And so you cannot try to change the revolution if this is what you want. The revolution is the revolution, and now the revolution will be televised. It's simple. So that's why it's important for our ladies to really talk to each other, because it's going to come at it just like it did from this brother. Look, man. This is chess. Play the game right. The man said, I'm not for this voting if reparation isn't on the ticket. If reparation, and we ain't talking about this, we talk about this. I said it before, and I'm saying it again. The only thing black people supposed to be saying out their mouths when it comes to voting is reparation. So, folks, I'm with you if you want to vote, if you're saying reparation. I'm with you if your whole panel is on reparation. And I don't mean no political person running. I'm talking about the people. If you think that we should vote, make your vote worth something, and it's worth the reparation. Nothing else. It ain't about guns. It ain't about police violence. It ain't about this. It's about reparation. Because once we get that, we can take care of our motherfucking selves. And the first thing we do need is we need our own task force. Police ourselves. We must be able to do that. And if you don't obey us, and we have to send you to wolves, we don't give a fuck happens to you if we throw you to their system. If you can't respect the system that you are a part of. Because we will send your ass to the wolves. So if y'all want reparation, that's what reparation is. You're going to respect the system. You can be part of this system. This is our system. So, once again, this election is going to happen with or without you. Don't matter. All of 2023, the millions and millions and millions of black people get on that surfboard of reparations. Get on that surfboard of, the white infrastructure have no structure for us, period. And we recognize it. Therefore, we need our reparations so we can take care of ourselves. We tired of being in your spotlight. Get on that surfboard. We are tired of being in your spotlight, good or bad. And because we've been in your spotlight for so long, good and bad, we believe that we can handle our own spotlight now. We can handle it. We got our minds right. We good now. We understand what it is to have systems and be part of a system. Let us do our own system real quick before y'all send these asteroids to destroy us. Remember, they bombed Wall Street. Understand, folks? See, look, look, no matter what, get your minds right. I see, like I said, I'm way steps ahead of you in this game of chess. We have to be ready, knowing that if they give reparations, shit's falling out the sky. Targeted. So if we not focus on getting our land so we can have our bunkers, getting our steel mills going, getting the concrete and cement trucks and everything flowing, if we're not getting our masonry on, and we're not building nothing, and we're still letting China just run all the steel, and we're not being able to buy some of the steel and be having a part of the steel, that's why I say recycling is important. If we're not focused on these things, at the end, when we think that we got somewhere, just like the Black Wall Street, they were destroyed. This time they blame it on the skies, though. So that's why I say when it comes to this war on us, it's important for us to really have a certain type of love and trust, because you're going to have to trust these instincts and don't think everything's conspiracy. Because if history repeats itself and they build a Black Wall Street, we get this reparations. If we don't have no love, we're going to destroy ourselves. One, but if we don't have no real love, we ain't going to be able to survive the destruction that they're going to try and do to destroy what we're building. So we need love. This wasn't supposed to be about reparation. Actually, I should have did that last. I was supposed to do that one last. This was supposed to be a short video. But so good. So now that those people are still around, now you get a little taste of, oh, I got one more person. Okay, yeah, I had to say it because the dude, he spoke.
Everybody ran on the panel. We got into a fight with the mayor of New York and told everybody he was a coon before he even set foot in office. We about this life for real. When you see the wolves, when you see that black opportunities, no, it ain't that thing you seen before. No, it's a bunch of real ones who are putting their lives on the line for you, who are feeding you, who have a Montessori school where they give your kids a $50,000 education for free every day. Nobody playing, man. Nobody posturing. It's the real deal. Cut the check.
American. What's going on, everybody? This is a DC event for the American freedmen. We are not out here to play. My sister and my brother said it all. So I gotta deliver that pizza to you. What's going on, DC? We're gonna put a little bit of mumbo sauce on this thing. That's right. I'm up here to talk to you about things. People always coming up with all kinds of myths. Things that don't make sense if you break it down and you actually know the data. They say that, oh, just go to school and get your education. Well, I went to school, I got my education, and I have a degree, and I want to let you know that according to Dr. Garrity's reports, it myths we get about changing the racial wealth gap is that our wealth as college-educated people is much less than those of a white person who drops out of high school. So if that doesn't tell you at all, then what you can do is look at the QR codes. I'm here representing the DMV freedmen. I'm here representing the American freedmen. We are not here to play games. We are here to inform you that in our quest for what we're talking about, we can't get wrong information out here. People are saying, well, they're going to bring Miss Sheila Jackson Lee or Cory Booker to the stage. What if they were here? They would never step on this stage after the brothers and sisters that are speaking today have spoken. Do you understand? We cannot be afraid of our reparations. We cannot be afraid of making these demands. Do you understand that? I don't hear you talking back to me, family. What's going on? We don't live in fear. And if you are fearful, please take a seat over there in the back somewhere. This is not about being fearful. First of all, they're saying buy black will close the racial wealth gap. I have been an entrepreneur all of my life, pretty much. And that's not going to close the racial wealth gap. We still have to buy many of our supplies from the distributor that gets them from everywhere else. If you're talking about hair, this is my natural hair, but some sisters go and buy hair. Guess what? The distributors shut these stores down that our brothers and sisters, American freedmen, go and purchase hair from. Sisters, we cannot continue to support anybody, as Brother Rashad had said, that are not supporting and full-throated for us. So let's stay out of their nail shops. Let's stay out of their hair and beauty salons. Let's do our own natural hair. Your hair is beautiful, whether you believe it or not. Do not allow people to tell you who you are. You tell you who you are. I see some beautiful brothers and sisters out here today. Natural hair. We don't sit there and have to support anything that's disrespecting us. That's part of the low self-esteem. Also, they said it's saving more will close the racial wealth gap. Brothers and sisters, we do not believe the trope that says the dollar stays in our community for 6 hours. Look, you know how they make copper wire? We hold on to that penny. The only thing we spend our money on from time to time would be something a little bit that people, oh, you can't buy those shoes. But you've been saving money. We save money more than any other that's out here. So don't believe that trope. You can find out all of the details in the report. It's free.
Okay. I just want her to speak because of the speech that she did to the ladies in regards to natural hair and stop going out there. Look, 2023, if you can fast for your hair and just be natural, short hair, long hair, little short curly hair don't matter, but your hair, if we can do that for 1 year, men too, because men you spending money on it. If we can hold back for a year, men, okay, if we can hold back for a year, if you can hold back for a year and not spend on it, like you said, save. We save a lot. Let's men don't buy that special game that you want to buy, and don't buy that pair of sneakers that you want to buy. And that little extra shit that you want to add to your system, don't get that neither. And for all those who's in in the lower level, who's a little bit broker, don't buy that extra weed. Put that to savings, and let's do what we can do from there. But ladies, if you can start right there, what this sister just said, that's the turnaround right there. That's the swing vote in the movement. That's the swing vote in this 2023 movement for reparations. We have to have the look for reparations. We have to have a look for reparations. Have to have a look. Like in the 60s, they had the look. They had those afros out. Let's go back. The reason why my hair was like it was when 2020 was because I was praying that little spot could just grow, man, because I love my hair. I wanted my hair to grow in that spot. I wanted to grow in that spot because we got to go back to what reparations look like. It's a look. We got to go back to what freedom looks like. It's a look. You know what I'm saying? It's a look. It's a look. It's a look. Reparations don't look Europeanish. So in order for the person that you want to respect you, in order for them to respect you, they have to respect the way you look. And you have to look like the fear of reparations coming from reparationers. We got our shit together. We got love together. We leveled up on love. We leveled up on trust. What is leveling up? Y'all play so much video games. We leveled up on that shit. We always use an analogy. I always use that though. You got boosted up. You got boosted up with that. And once we get boosted up with that, and they say, damn, they are not in our courts anymore. They ain't fighting out. They ain't. You understand? In 2023, we got to stay off their courts. So 2022, I'm going to court with this nigga. I gotta take it. With 2023, let's try our best to stay out their courts. Especially, I'm really talking about the women and men. We must have love. Like, can't have divorcing. We can't have child supporting. We can't have separation. We can't have losing our children to the system. Let's cut that shit by 50%. If we could cut that off by 50% because we have a certain love and trust, and then we talk that reparation talk, okay? These are strategies, but it all starts within the family structure. We must have a love for one another. Let's stay out their courts. All right, so I'm off for that. Now, who do I go to? I'm going to go to this young lady. She was one of the first ones I'll start paying attention to. Oops. Let me present this. I got two presentations I want to do. There's one keynote speaker I want to speak. I'm going to let this young lady speak for about 3 minutes, maybe 4. And then I'm gonna let the keynote speaker, clear it up. All right. So we got 2 more speakers. I'm gonna let speak right now, and I'm gonna try not to interrupt them too much. But the lady that was speaking, and she was talking about the net, she had a very good speech, and there was another lady on that as well who had a good speech. But I'm just gonna get into these 2 ladies because I actually use this one lady's on picture, and I definitely need to have her speak. I ain't gonna disrespect her; she gotta speak. Where is this at? Okay, this one. Okay, so I'm gonna let this young lady speak real quick. Her name is Shalakimia, and she said it.
Hey y'all, how y'all feeling today? Thank you. I see somebody comments saying, is she doing a social experiment or something? How many lives she going through? I went live the other day just because I didn't want to leave people hanging. Sorry for thinking about other people, but I was getting so many messages, like so many. It was
They say don't leave.
a little bit
seen it.
overwhelming, so I didn't want to just
real
leave
talk.
people on a limb. So I went live the other day to explain, a little bit about what was going on.
She just came out of nowhere
Sorry
and
for
told
being
people.
considerate.
I only know because I went to her live. That's my
But
first
anyway,
live I saw.
I had this live scheduled, so that's why I still want to go live. So we talked a little bit the other day about why. I'm going to step back from doing content. And I just wanted to, go live one last time, answer some questions, spend some time with y'all, kind of explain to y'all why I started. I went to Washington D.C. And I went there because it was really on my heart to just go. I needed to get away. Number one, but it was very heavy in my spirit to do something, this is Black History Month. So I went to DC and I went to the African American and Culture Museum. I highly recommend that our people visit those type of places. Especially that one if you live near DC. I'm in PA. I went up there. It was peaceful. It was amazing. It was very amazing. I'm very interested in our history. I'm very interested in our culture. I'm very interested in just studying, us as a people and as a culture. And it was meant for me to go. It was
pause for a quick second. Now, her hair is what it is. I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the hair, it is what it is. It's still about this message that she's going to say. And that's why it's important, because sometimes ladies have to see their image and hear the message from their image. And that's what I'm saying. That healing is going to come from that. Like seeing from your women as how you are, and then hearing not just from the woman standing on stage with her hair out. You know what I'm saying? Natural. Sometimes you got to see it from your own ladies. And as she's saying, she's talking about, she was, online doing this online stuff for so long that, she said that she wanted to get to this museum just because, so she finally made it to the museum, and it's kind of like woke her up a little bit more. Like, although she's helped, like this person says, you have helped a lot of people, myself being one of them. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Though you have been helping so many people, there's something bigger because you caught up in too much of this lifestyle. I don't know.
Meant for me to go. Since I started this journey of trying to, first of all, I seen a problem. I seen a disconnect between Black women and Black men. I seen for a long time the playing field has not been fair. It has not been fair for Black men. And I'm just coming to be real tonight. If you don't want to hear something real, you can go. Just go now. Because this is going to get raw. It's going to get uncut. And I'm going to break. And I'm going to be here for a little bit. So I seen that there was a disconnect. I seen that the playing field was not leveled. I seen that, and don't get me wrong, you know, us as Black women, we have our struggles. We have, you know, things that we're dealing with. But I seen that it seemed like every time something was wrong, it was a Black man's fault. Every time something's wrong, a relationship go wrong, oh, he's a dog, he's this, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. It was always that type of conversation. And I have to look at those kind of things for the simple fact that women are out here and they're saying, you know, that I'm a single mom. You know what I mean? Or the relationship didn't work out because A, B, and C, but it was always a blame pointing kind of thing. It was always a blame pointing kind of thing. There wasn't many women that were sitting up saying, you know what? I got a big mouth. I talk too much. There was no accountability. There was no accountability. It was always, you know, it was always Black women going to their friends and their family and talking about this and man ain't do this, he ain't do that, just all this stuff, you know.
I ain't gonna do it too much. I'm sorry. But what you say? I have a big mouth. When I was on Q Brothers panel, that's one of the things I said to two of the women, like, yo, you have a big mouth. Like, yo, you just keep talking. The man's talking, you just want to be heard. Like, you just keep talking, and you're not even talking about what he's talking about. Which made me had to call the person stupid. But I wasn't the first person to do it. A few people in the chat said it. I didn't even see that they said it. But when I reviewed it, I said, oh, wow, people said it way before me. I think I held my composure way better than the people in the chat. So when I finally said it, you know, I think it was justifiable. But like she said, you know, I have a big mouth. And once it can start from right there itself, that's like 80% of the battle.
He's not taking care of his kids. He's a deadbeat. In every situation, that wasn't true. Let's be real. In every situation, that was not true. I found myself in many situations where I had to stand up to a situation and be like, hold up, that didn't happen. He tried to get his kids, but you were the problem. He called for him, but you said no because he got a new girlfriend. I was always that person, yo. I was always that person, like all the time. And it becomes exhausting sometimes because you lose people. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if I'm gonna lose somebody because I'm gonna be real with them, then I don't need them in the first place. Period, point blank. I don't need them in the first place. And it was many situations where it's like, hold up. Am I the problem for speaking up about this? Or because no, I would want someone to speak up to me. I would want somebody to be like, Charlotte Kemia, you know, like if they were really my friend, you see what I'm saying? Or if it's a family member that really loved me, I want them to be like, Charlotte Kemia, you wrong. Let that man see his kids. That man having another woman, that don't got nothing to do with him being a father. See, people, what people do, I'm not even gonna say people. I'm gonna say what some Black women do is they will sit up and feel like, you know what? He wasn't good in a relationship. He was horrible in a relationship. He was a horrible man to me. So you know what? I'm gonna punish him by not allowing him to see his children. And nobody sat to think about it. Or nobody pulled that black woman to the side and said, hold up, sis. I'm coming in love. And just letting you know, woman to woman, he may not have been good as a man, but that has nothing to do with him being a father. Nobody's seeing that to our black women.
None of the sisters are pulling the sister to the side and saying he might not have been a good man to you, but that don't mean you take away him from being a father, because he could become a good father, or he could be a good father. And if he is a good father, but he's just not a good man, why take it away from him? And that's what I'm saying. If we don't have the love that we're supposed to have before all this economic wealth comes to us, that type of power, that type of evil, because that's what that is, that Jezebel spirit will really belittle black men to a point where his existence can easily go back to a slavitude where who cares he's locked up? Who cares they got these prison camps? Who cares these men are being taken off the streets, just snatched up right before our eyes? We don't even know what's going on. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? And once we have that who care attitude, and all you want to do is videotape and then talk about the situation and get views about this person's life being snatched away, that's the hate that you believe. Well, how did slavery happen? The same shit. So it's important to get that message right there. You got to pull these sisters to the side and let them know, like, you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong. Let me give it like a few more minutes. Give it a few more minutes.
I'm saying that I look like the bad guy. I look like the bad guy saying it, but I say it anyway because it's in truth. But I've had women come back to me, friends, family members, be like, "You." It could be a year later, 2 years later, be like, "You right. You know, I was wrong." I could see situations where there might be some danger, somebody's being threatened, stuff like that. But if that's not the situation, okay, be grown enough to be like the relationship didn't work. But I'm going to go ahead and still let him be a father to his children. You know why? Because my children need their father. It's not rocket science. It's just not. I've seen disconnects like that. You know, I have situations where, you know, there were some black men that were just in crazy situations. You know, situations that didn't make sense and no one would say anything. Nobody was saying anything about anything. You know, nobody was speaking up. Nobody was saying, no, you wrong. You see what I'm saying? Or that didn't happen. And we have to stop doing that. It may, and what I try to tell people is the situation may not affect you, but really it do affect you. It really do affect you. And that's all I was really coming to the table to say. I'm a mother of 2 sons. The way that some black women are out here treating black men, I would never, ever want my sons to experience that. I wouldn't want my 8 brothers to experience that. I wouldn't want no black man related to me to experience that. You see what I'm saying? I've been close to black men that, you know, was out here in the streets, you know, risking their freedom to take care of their family, take care of a woman and kids that wasn't theirs. Am I saying it was right? No, I'm not saying it was right at all. But what I am saying is they did it. You feel what I'm saying? And that woman was with them while they was in the streets. That woman was with them while they was in the streets risking their freedom. You feel what I'm saying? And then it was like, as soon as they went to jail, boom, that woman was on to the next man. On to the next man. You feel what I'm saying? Putting this man stuff out on the curb. Doing all type of stuff. And it's like, wow. In situations I had to come and be like, well, hey, did you really love him? Let's be real. You was cool when he was sitting there taking care of you and your kids. You was cool. Soon as he get booked, 24 or 48 hours later, you on to the next one. You put his stuff out on the curb. Like, come on. We got to start having these real conversations, but we're not having them.
No morals.
We're not having them in our community. We just sitting by and watching the foolishness. It's foolishness. And we wonder why our families are so broken. Why marriage rate is down. We don't even know how to be with somebody. You know what's so crazy? I was getting ready, right, to come live, and I'm like, you know what's so crazy? People will have a good person and sabotage it.
That's why
And
I'm
I was
single.
thinking about that. Somebody had tagged me in something earlier on TikTok, and the woman was like, "Oh yeah, you know, I had a nice guy. You know, I just can't do nice guys. You know, I need bad guys. I don't want a nice guy. They're too nice, and I'm a cheat on them." But the other day, I was just sitting up here saying, "Where's the good guys at? Where's the nice guys at? Where the faithful guys at? Where's the providers and where the protectors?" But you're sitting up here admitting that you don't even want that for real. You don't even want that for real. You'll get a good guy and you'll cheat on him. I'm confused. I'm confused about it. And that's just minute. That's just small things that, you know, I came to talk about. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I have sons, I have brothers, but I mean, did this directly affect me? The fact that, you know, Black men weren't treated, you know, like Black women are, like Black men's mental health. You know, nobody cares about Black men's mental health. You know, nobody cares about what Black men go through, what they struggle with, that there's not many resources like us Black women have. Nobody was really talking about it. It wasn't like a lot of empowerment. So it's like I felt like if I could come as a Black woman and stand on the forefront, maybe other Black women would, you know, get information. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of Black women just weren't taught. You see what I'm saying? Like I wanted the respect restored in our community. You know, I wanted the empowerment restored in our community, the motivation, the inspiration. I wanted that restored. Because how are we supposed to be unified in the Black community if we inside the Black community and going at each other? Black men have lost faith in Black women, and Black women have lost faith in Black men. But you know what that really comes from? That don't even really be having nothing to do with us directly. That be having something to do with the people they previously were with. That has something to do with previous. So if a woman comes to a good man, you know what I mean, and she's already prejudging him, she's judging him off the men she was with before. Her previous experiences, and we're taking those experiences and we're moving forward. And Black women are like, you know what, men ain't nothing, they're dogs, and not even thinking and using their brain right. I'm talking about the man I was just with. I'm not talking about the man I might meet because I don't know the man I might meet. Black men are scarred too, just like us. Like some of us Black women are scarred and been hurt. They've been hurt too. Nobody's talking about that though. It's always a one-sided conversation. How can Black women sit up here and say they want to be married? You see what I'm saying? They want to be married. They want to be in healthy relationships. If you are not willing to be compassionate towards a man, if you're not willing to listen, if you're not willing to understand him, if you're not willing to do those things, how do you want to be in a relationship with a Black man? How can you even love a Black man? A lot of Black women don't even know how to love a Black man.
Damn. It's hard to just stop her because it's just too many Jews. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is the type of shows that Oprah was supposed to be having. Like in all the Oprah run, this is the conversation she was supposed to be having. If she had more conversations like this throughout her whole tenure, I guarantee you it would have been more marriages. The marriage rate would have went, if Oprah talked this talk, the marriage rate would have went up by like 60%. But now we have to wait for the internet to get it from our brothers and sisters. Shout out to Shalakemia. If I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize. I'm gonna leave it right there. Go to her channel. That video was my last video, but you know what I'm saying, that was her second last video. That was back in February. She's been doing stuff since, but She see how she started. She saw about she was up in the museum. She was in the museum, and she said, "Yo, fuck it." She just jumped right into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, look. But if I'm not mistaken, I think that video was a little bit edited because I remember she was even saying like, you know, she was in there and she couldn't take pictures, and you know, you can't bring your cameras, you can't take pictures and stuff like that. So she had to memorize a lot of things. It was a different video I was watching, but then it was a little longer. But maybe she edited this one. I don't know. But I just know that she jumped right into it. Shout out to you. Now this is my keynote speaker. This is holy shit. Young lady. She's from Shalakimia. She's from Philly, and this young lady, she's from St. Louis. I'm gonna let her rock out as well. Like I said, these individuals I just caught. There's another young lady who I've been watching as well. She's a little more raw with it, but she's as good too. This young lady, I'm gonna give her props. She's very good. This one is called "Men Don't Mind Being Alone. Women Have Messed Up." And like I say, this is a message from women to women. This is not me.
Let's get into it. We must get into it. Let's get into it. So many of us as modern women, right? We have made it extremely easy and have made men extremely comfortable with walking away and never looking back. We have been spoiled because the whole time men.
Oh, man.
My friend used to pay $163 for car insurance. Now look how much he pays. Most insurance companies are charging extra.
Have been actually doing us a favor.
Let me go back to that.
Men have been actually doing us a favor. Hear me out. Men have actually been doing a lot of us, quote unquote, modern day women favors. By tolerating you, trying to save you, trying to help you, and still giving you the traditional treatment. See, men have been required to continue to make sure that they are providing, right? Making the woman's life easy, protecting her, looking out for the children, busting his ass, going to work. Men have been still required to be traditional men, do what traditional men do, stay in their traditional roles, while a lot of us can be modernized. Oh, I'm not cooking, I'm not cleaning, I'm not submitting. Hell, a lot of us like to be single within our own damn marriages and relationships. We have a big issue with even committing to a man. We want to date. And let
me pause it because I'm going to rewind that one more time. Say it again.
Marriages and relationships. We have a big issue with even committing to a man. We want to date.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I still got to rewind.
And I'm going to be real with you.
All right, hold on.
While a lot of us can be modernized. Oh, I'm not cooking, I'm not cleaning, I'm not submitting.
one of the greatest things about my mother is that we didn't live off of outside food. Like to get McDonald's, to get Chinese food, Burger King, or any of those things, Popeyes, that was a treat. Otherwise, we had mommy burgers, mommy fries, mommy steaks, mommy every freaking thing, turkey wings, all that good food. Like if you guys was eating it, you guys would have been paying top motherfucking dollar for mommy food, my mommy food. Everybody, mommy probably cooked, but no. My mom, old school mommy food. Delicious. Cornbread, paying for it. Paying for the scraps. It's gravy. But nowadays, women, Uber Eats, and whatever other Grubhub, and all other services, and y'all ain't worth nothing in the kitchen. Your cleaning skills ain't worth nothing. It's probably roaches more than anything now because no one's cleaning. They're on their phones, too busy on their phones, too busy doing TikTok. They don't have time to clean. And they're too busy in the fake world getting likes and trying to get a whole bunch of views. And then when they come across a man in the real world and he say you're beautiful, you don't even know how to accept it because you've just been plagued with so much other ideology online that when you come to the natural form, you don't even know how to appreciate it. Meaning that you only know how to submit when it's time to submit because you got too much that you engage with in that other culture. Sorry, didn't mean to stop you, D. Go ahead, my bad.
Hell, a lot of us like to be single within our own damn marriages and relationships. We have a big issue with even committing to a man. We want to date. And I'm going to be real with you. A lot of females have watered down and demonized what it is to date. So while some of you ladies are out there like, well, I'm genuinely dating. Like I'm just trying to, scope men out, get a good feel for a man. And, I'm not having sex with him. I'm just talking to him. But because so many of us modern day women, us females of today, don't want to commit and just want to reap all of the benefits and be hold out hoes and disguise it as dating, even the women that are genuinely dating and authentically dating, you still look a particular way. It's because so many of us modern day women, us females of today, don't want to commit and just want to reap all of the benefits and be hold out hoes.
Did she say hold out hoes? Forget dots. A hold out hoe. Who's just reaping all benefits. While she's reaping benefits from 3 dudes she's holding out on. And reaping benefits, eating good, got the EBT card, collecting child support, live with moms, driving mom's car around, and saying that you ain't shit. I'm sorry,
and disguise it as dating, even the women that are genuinely dating and authentically dating, you still look a particular way. But that's what a lot of females have been on. And you've had men, which is very surprising, considering the broad brush that a lot of females try to paint men with, especially black men. Let's be real. when it comes to men, a lot of women try to make it seem as though you guys are the ones that don't want to commit, that don't want to settle down. You guys are the ones that like to just hit it and quit it. You are the guys that just want to kick it. And from what I've been seeing, it is the men that actually want commitment and marriage and families. The men want that. It's the women that just want to date. I just want to live my life and have different experiences.
That's the new trend for like the last 25 years.
And so men have actually been spoiling a lot of us. They've been spoiling us by allowing us to do whatever the hell we want. Treat them any old kind of way. Keep them in a rotation until hopefully one day, someday, we finally see his work. Men have been spoiling the hell out of us.
What y'all think about that?
But now, here's the thing, you guys. Y'all give us 229 likes. But now, men have been taken advantage of and taken for granted and pushed away and shamed so much by a lot of the women of today by simply doing us favors. Let's be clear. Ready and willing to risk it all for us. Let's be clear.
Yo, since I've been in Philly, I have not been able to acquire a girl. That's one single woman. But I done encountered so many different chicks. Hold out hoes. I call them hold out chicks. She gonna call them hoes. Hold out hoes. You know what I'm saying? I done came across a whole bunch of hawks, hold out chicks. And it's like, just spit it out. How can really? And it's like a waste of time, energy, resources, money. And you guys understand I'm illegal, so you know what I'm saying, my freedom. And that's sad. Because all of them are definitely qualified. But it's like bust around, give me some more. And at the very funniest thing, 70 well, shit, 90% of them didn't really have. And to be honest, they was living off of that free housing shit. So it's very, very disturbing. Go ahead, young lady. Close it up.
Men are now at a point to where they're walking away and they don't mind being alone. Y'all have messed it up. Women, a lot of us have messed it up. And like I said, even surprisingly to me, like, I was noticing and seeing so many men, like, I desire family. I desire commitment. I desire marriage. I desire to have a woman. I want to provide for a woman, take care of a family. Like, men have been wanting that. But now you're starting to see more and more men become more and more comfortable with the idea of not having any of that, because men are valuing and desiring their peace over everything else.
And that's because of this whole world of the internet, because the internet is allowing you to see, speak, and deal with other people, so it helps you with your situations. So much ways of getting this therapy. And so right now, as women got their therapy throughout the 90s, 2000s, and you know, even to now, men are really waking up and getting theirs. And as they get theirs, it's like it's going to sound crazy, but it's like a feminine trend now. I mean that, you know, they good on their own, which is bad right now. We don't need men to start rebelling on that, because we got to get the family strong. But that's why it's important for the ladies to really get this message right here. I want to share this message because this is a real message we know is real. It ain't nothing fake, phony, fictitious about what this woman's saying. It's all facts. Tough love facts. See, tough love is what I do. I do tough love here. If you don't want to hear tough love from me, I'm going to search to find someone who believes and say the same thing as I. And I never spoke to in my life. Therefore, I know it's a fact. Because when two or more gather, all right. So I'm bringing her to the podium, bringing her to stage. I brought 2 other ladies. I brought 3 other ladies. I brought 2 other, 2.5. I wanted to play this other lady, but I'm not going to let her rock because I got to get ready. But I'm going to continue this message right here. I'm going to continue to allow the ladies to teach. Okay, this is school. School's in session. Okay, folks? This is my new school, my school for women. Because we're going to get the family structure right. We're going to get this tough love. You ain't going to hear it from me. I'm going to give the women. I'm going to seek out all my women, talking to my women. Because this is love. We're going to save us. Continue, Danica. She's married.
Cater your fall gatherings with Wawa and get 10% off your order. Tailgate spread, Friendsgiving.
Now hear me out with this. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Thank you, Joseph. He says black women need to work with us. But here's the thing, Joseph.
Uh-oh.
And that's my brother's name, by the way. Here's the thing, Joe. Because so many black women, not all of us, it's a shame I have to keep saying that, but I feel like it is important for us to make the distinctions because so many of us don't. We overgeneralize everything. Black men ain't shit. Black men ain't that. Black women ain't shit. Black men. And so it's important to say not all, even though it does get like tired and played and through, right?
What's she about to say?
But so many of us, Joe, we make it very difficult for you to work with us. We constantly push you to the edge. And when you're
this is bananas, yo. I'm not gonna lie. She said, yo, dude came in, he pleaded, he said, black women need to work with us, that's all. And she said, yo, I'm sorry, Joe, but we made it to a point where it's hard for you guys to be able to work with us. She said that women made it hard for men to be able to work, and it's the honest God truth. I've had like 3 projects that I'll try to deal with some ladies, and it's like they sabotage each and every one of them, sabotage it to a point where the third one I knew it was about to be sabotaged. I just saw it happen. Because I saw it happen, I made sure that I put everything in place for it not to be sabotaged, and I watched her just sabotage. I was like, wow, the devil is real. So what she's saying is that it's so hard because women are possessed. And this possession, it comes with a certain level of greed and a lust for the power. Even if this is the power of rejection, the power of letdown, the power of disappointment, gives her power over you. And even if it's going to hurt her, she's okay because she has another couple cats in the cut to cut that off. Because the devil's real. You possess her to make her think that this person's better than that person when that person's really made for her, designed for her. I don't know. That's just me talking. My bad. You go ahead, D. You continue.
You're hanging on for dear life. We want to stomp on your fingers for you to work with us. We made and played and through, right? But so many of us, Joe, we make it very difficult for you to work with us. We constantly push you to the edge. And when you're hanging on for dear life, we want to stomp on your fingers. And y'all know what so many of y'all do, especially my brothers. So many brothers, so many black men.
This girl's no joke.
When they step on your fingers,
watch it.
While you're dangling from the damn cliff and from the edge. Y'all know what y'all do?
What we do?
Y'all will then try to reach up, rub on her, caress her, and say, "Oh, baby, it's okay. I understand why you're stumping on my fingers. Who hurt you? Let me fix it." See, when women do it, it's like, who hurt you? In a condescending way. Very sarcastic, like. But black men, y'all really want to know who hurt you. And how can I fix it? How can I resolve it? Bleeding, fingers and all. Let me rub on you.
I was not expecting that.
That's what y'all do.
Just the raw truth. Facts.
Bruh.
Then when you're then trying to snap at women, you give women whatever they want.
20 grams protein.
Your black woman. You understand what I'm saying?
But now, so many of y'all are letting go. Right?
I think
so now, you're no longer dangling from that edge. Thank you. Is it
just
Dodge or Doggy? Doggy Skywalker? Yep. Hold on. When you guys are letting go, actually realizing that you can fly. Ooh, 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 ooh. Whoopsie. See, so many of y'all thought,
how in the hell you wear those
that you know, I let go because if I let go, everything's gonna fall apart. Everything is gonna crumble. If my woman is failing, I'm gonna fail too. Nah, baby. And that's the reality that a lot of us have to deal with. Is the fact that when black men turn their backs and walk away and let go, y'all actually are flourishing. We know not how we fucked up. Y'all let go realize y'all had wings.
Oh. $ Icy Dawn 167. It'd be nice to see, to see a cash up for this content and just for me in my living existence of just the love. But if you don't, it's okay, because since I let go of even thinking to ask, I've been flying, I've been flourishing, even though I'm just still doing what I normally do, which is living. If to all you guys, I'm doing all right from the time you first met me. But thank you for your love and your support, for real, for real. $ ICDON 167. Got like 3 more minutes, maybe.
And y'all know what a lot of y'all are doing, unfortunately? Flying overseas.
Uh-oh. What's that dude?
Now again, we took a poll earlier in our dope discussion. Right? We took a poll in our dope discussion. And a lot of y'all are still flying around here. Right? But the difference is you guys are very selective with who you choose to land for. A lot of y'all are perfectly okay and fine with flying by yourself. It's peaceful up here. It's less cluttered up here. I like this. So when I do land, it better damn be worth it.
You dig?
You hit 400. I like the video. You ethically honest. It's sad but true. My father has told me many of his male friends that the women are looking for would rather go to work and just go home. And you know what, S. Leon? It's really does make it bad for the women that do desire to be married. They want husbands. They do desire to live out the traditional roles. Right? They understand what it is to be a woman for a man. But because so many of us make it extremely excruciatingly hard on men. A lot of men would rather just go to work and go home and be alone by them damn selves.
That's why
they don't even want to turn around and see what else is out there. Like a lot of men are walking away. A lot of men are done.
Marijuana is,
and it's because a lot of y'all have realized you really don't get a lot of bang for your buck. You just don't. Especially when it comes to a lot of the females of today. I gotta be real with you. Like it's very much so a trade-off that is unequally yoked. This woman gets a lot more, while I get maybe a little bit of something that I honestly could on my own and probably better. I'm gonna be real. And a lot of men are realizing that. A lot of men are realizing that the things that a lot of these females are ready and willing to do, I can do on my own with less drama, less fight, less friction, less argument, and more peace. If me having a woman just to fucking cook, like if that's all of the perk that I get is a female that can cook, what the fuck do I need that for? You mean to tell me that I'm expected to provide, protect, lead, teach, take care of a whole family, have all of that weight on my shoulders for what? Somebody that's gonna make a burrito? I will go to Taco Bell, or I will go to Whole Foods and buy my own ingredients and again chill. Men are starting to realize, damn, I'm really not getting that much for what I have to put up with and what I have to dish out.
Way cheaper.
The things that I'm required to do is not worth it. What's the use in having to cook you something? But then she's gonna complain all day. She's gonna bitch all day. She's gonna try to emasculate you all day. She's gonna come with a bunch of these unrealistic standards and deadlines for you to meet. Like, is it really worth it just to say I got a bitch at home cooking? Is it? And men are realizing, no, it's not. A lot of the females, let's be real. Another reason why a lot of men are, ready and want to be alone is the simple fact that when a lot of us get into relationships, we become very relaxed, very lazy. A lot of us are lazy lovers. So you do all of this to get this woman. Then when you finally get her, you realize she ain't sucking it, she ain't riding it. She gonna complain all damn day. Like what the like, so a lot of men are also realizing that it's better to be alone because again, when others are into these relationships with themselves, right? Not women. I'm not talking about you, sis. If it don't apply, let it fly. But I gotta be honest. These are the issues that my brothers are running into, which is why they are finding it more easy and more comfortable being by themselves. You do all of this, and then you enter into a relationship, and that's when the female want to get even lazier. You were already lazy beforehand, but at least you were doing something because you felt like you had to do something in order to get me. Now that you got me, you feel like you're gonna always have me, and that's why a lot of us start to become very lazy in our relationships, because it's like, oh, mission accomplished. I can relax now. So you mean to tell me, again, I'm required to provide, protect, lead, teach, love, and then I get into a relationship with a female that once she has me, feels like I'm not going to go anywhere, and she can just be and relax and all the shit to get me. It's out the window. Again, I would rather be alone. And y'all know what's really crazy to it all? Here's the kicker to all of that. Men are starting to see that when they are alone and single by themselves, maybe having a few in rotation, they get more out of it that way. So again, relationships and marriage are becoming more and more obsolete. Because why try to commit to one female to where once she feels like she has me, she becomes more lazy, when I can go out there and be a bachelor or just be, a guy out here living my best life alone with a rotation to where I can get her to do this, her to do that, her to do that. And then when all this fails and I don't want to be bothered at all, I can do exactly that. I don't have to come home to somebody in my space and in my face demanding a bunch of bullshit.
Remember, she's married.
Especially when I don't get anything out of it. That's the craziest part to it all. And when I say this, I don't say this to make it something that is acceptable. But y'all know you're using this to gotta be real, right? This is also why a lot of men will string women along.
It's that time of year again. All large member get how do I choose the Wawa app?
Lightsabers are finally a reality, and you can own one. This new military flashlight is basically a lightsaber that...
Yeah, I want one too.
We can hit 500. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. I'm going to be real with you. I'm not here to lie to anybody, men or women. We are the first ones to complain about men not being serious, men not doing what they need to do, men playing games. A lot of us contribute to that shit. I gotta be honest. This is why men will string women along, even the gentlemen, right? So we're not even just talking about Pookies and Ray Rays. You even have high-standing gentlemen that will still string women along. Why? Because they notice the difference. They notice that when I am in the auditioning stages, that's when they pull out all the works. I've noticed that when I'm not fully committed to her, she feels the need to do the most because again, she's trying to get me. But what did I say earlier? A lot of times, once females feel like they have you, then they get lazy. But again, during the whole dating, right? That's when I get the most respect, sex, attention. I get all the sweet nothings. Because again, you're trying to get me, you're trying to obtain me. But once you have me, that shit goes by the wayside. This is why a lot of gentlemen will also string women along. Yeah, give us 500 and make a little business. I'm not gonna lie. And you know why else? A lot of even gentlemen will string women along. Because a lot of us have made it extremely difficult for them to trust us. Ooh, whoopsie. Hear me out. There we go. Y'all give us 550.
And on that right there, I'll leave that for part 2. Shout out to Danica, Shalakimia, and the lady from the panel from reparations, and the real Dana. Shout out to all you ladies. I will pick it up and do part 2, picking up from this point right here. 2208. I'm talking about trust. I love how at a certain time the sun be shining bright through the window. Blam, mad bright. So, no school needed. Black women teaching other black women how to trust and love black men. We got Icy Don, aka Don M, the FDMG Boogieman, bringing you this information because this information is going to help us elevate to the next level for us to be able to receive the economic power for us to really take care of our community. But first, we must have that trust and that love. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon. I'm about to go get my little grind on. And I don't know if I'm going to tap in and do another live later on or if I'm just going to manufacture some product. I think I'm going to manufacture some product. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So, thanks for your listening, your support. Everybody be safe out here. Make sure we all have positive prayers for one another and send the right energy. All those who are doing wrong to one another, their time will come. And when that mirror do come, hopefully you will be able to see your reflection and rebuke it. And then you'll be on the right side again. You got to rebuke your own demons, folks. Thank you for your listening, your support. Peace. We're going to end this like this.